Hello, my Facebook lovers. I like to call you my lovers because after 10 years being single, you're all I got. So anyway, this is my second video to you guys. Today I want to share my book, Memoirs of a Gay She. It's my first book that I wrote and published, self-published myself on createspace.com. I wanted to read just a segment of my book for you. It's called My Femininity. While in Bloomington, every day God was allowing me to discover why I am who I am and why I behave the way I do. After being treated unfairly many times for being feminine, I always had insecurities about my mannerisms. Realizing that God made me just how she wanted me encouraged me to embrace all of my femininity. I was connected at the hip with my older sister because she and I were born on the same day, 11 years apart. She is the first female that I looked up to, and I wanted to be like her. She is beautiful, tall, smart, and we couldn't go anywhere without people knowing we were related. I always felt like I was supposed to be a girl. Therefore, I gravitated to females at an early age, and they gravitated to me. Just like a normal biological little girl would learn from other women or girls how to behave, so did I. I am grateful that I have many strong women as role models who helped to mold me into the person I am today. I feel I represent all of the powerful women in the world, and I honor them every day by being me. I never had any male figures in my life that I looked up to, or whoever showed me any behavior that I wanted to have. It was then I realized even stronger why I behave the way I do, and the reason women have been my role models. I have always loved to wear female clothing because I have a naturally curvy, slim figure, and the cut of their garments fit me better. Despite of all that, I don't feel like my outward expression is what makes me female anyway. It is my spirit and brain that is the true essence of my femininity. I came here who I am supposed to be, and women only nurtured what was already there. I have learned how to love, nurture, grow, cook, clean, dress, walk, talk, multitask, care, etc. from women. It is the part of me I love the most and the part I want other people to honor. I don't expect many of you who are reading this book to understand everything I am expressing. My goal is never to change anyone's mind, but I do want to make you aware that life is not just black and white. How could any of us possibly think that a God so huge, glorious, and mysterious would only create a few types of people? When I was in junior high, students would constantly ask me if I was a boy or a girl. When I look back at photos of myself from that period in time, I don't look like a girl to me. I believe that people were confused because of my mannerisms and my spirit. I'm 39 years old and some people still question my gender, but I have now learned to embrace it. Even when I've tried dressing more masculine and carefully avoiding walking with my natural sway, the question marks were still there. As a matter of fact, even with a shaved head and no makeup, someone will still call me ma'am. It is such a beautiful reality to know that my womanhood transcends my physical body. In other words, I can't escape who I am. I couldn't deny my femininity any more than I can deny the fact that I am attracted to men. One afternoon in Bloomington, I was styling hair for a wedding when the bride asked me, "Do you prefer to be called he or she?" I was in shock at first because no one had ever been brave enough to ask me that question before. However, I appreciated her for asking, and I thought it was very smart because most people just assume. I must add that this woman had friends from all over the world at her wedding, so she was obviously a well-rounded person. I kindly said, "He is fine." On another occasion, a different girl asked me the same question, and this time I said, "Use whatever pronoun makes you feel comfortable." For the rest of the night, I was referred to as she. My dear friend Stella referred to me using female pronouns without asking. I can't tell you how much I adore her for respecting and honoring the woman I am inside with no questions. I recently asked Stella, "Why did you refer to me as a female without asking which pronoun I preferred?" First of all, Stella is a scientist. Therefore, her brain functions at a much higher level than most people. I wasn't surprised when her explanation was that she understood who I was during our first conversation. Stella went on to say that she'd been around a lot of guys and could easily recognize their thought process. As we continued our conversation, it immediately occurred to her that my brain was not male. That is the moment when she began referring to me as a female. Some people are closed-minded, and they will never open up enough to get it. There are those who, once they receive the information, can process it and get it. Then there are people like Stella who can get it just by simply having a conversation with me and paying attention. Unfortunately, some people just find it difficult to change their perception of who you once were. What's most important to me is that I understand who I am and love myself regardless to how people see me or refer to me. I think I have done a great job of achieving and maintaining that status so far. The last person who asked me which pronoun I preferred was in Louisiana, and I told her that she would be fine. It was a major breakthrough for me because for the longest time I was torn between the pronouns. I anticipate that my family and old friends will have a hard time not referring to me with the masculine pronoun. However, I never thought I would come across new people who would have trouble with it, but I occasionally do. I hope that many who read this book that have known me forever will respect that I now identify as female. I hope you enjoy. The book is on Amazon.com. You could go there and read a sample of the introduction. And thank you all who have supported my books so far. I really appreciate it. This book is for everyone. I love you guys. See you soon.